Hello everyone, welcome to Anthropology Analytica. I'm Dr. Arjun Bopanna, your anthropology faculty at InsightsIAS. In today's video, let us try to understand this concept of mitochondrial DNA and how it is helping anthropologists, paleontologists, and other scientists in understanding human evolution. All right, so this can be a potential question in the future. Okay, so this is an advancement in our the field of science and field of paleontology, and mitochondrial DNA today is providing us a more scientific evidence and more scientific basis to help us understand human evolution. So, in that context, let us today try to understand what is this mitochondrial DNA and what is its unique feature, why is it so useful, and how is it useful to understand human evolution, and what are the other significance or importance of this mitochondrial DNA. So over here you can see a picture of mitochondrial DNA. So let us try to first understand what is this mitochondrial DNA. So it is a circular double-stranded molecule. So you know that the nucleus consists of has chromosomes, and these chromosomes have DNA in them. Okay, so which code for various proteins, and they are responsible thus for the production of protein and human body activities. At the same time, you should also remember that there is mitochondrial DNA. So these are DNAs which are found not in the nucleus but in the mitochondria of the cell. So it is a circular double-stranded molecule. It is present in hundreds and thousands of copies in each cell, and it is present where? In the powerhouse of the cell, that is mitochondria. The mitochondria consist of predominantly coding DNA with an exception which is called as control region. Over here, if you see, this is the control region which does not code but rather is mainly regulatory in nature. It regulates the function. Okay, and therefore it is termed as control gene. Anyway, so those detailed information is not necessary for you guys from the exam point of view, but at least as an introduction you should be able to write this, that it's a circular double-stranded molecule, right? Circular double-stranded molecule that is found in the mitochondria and predominantly consists of coding DNA, and some part of it which does not code but regulates the function is called as the control region. Now, it has been seen that it is very useful in the studies of human evolution. It is very useful in understanding human migration and to study individual history of our past in terms of biological ancestors. Now, what is the unique property and why is it so useful for anthropology, in anthropology, in paleontology, in evolutionary biology? Why is it so important? Now, it is having certain unique property. One, it is there is lack of recombination. So mitochondrial DNA is inherited from the mother. So you get only one set of DNA coming from the mother, not from the father. So therefore, there is no recombination. So therefore, the purity of line is maintained generation after generation. It does not get corrupted by recombination. Similarly, it has that is one very major advantage. Then high copy number. Okay, so it is present in hundreds and thousands, and therefore, even if few of them are lost, there is enough number for scientists to study. Then high mutation rate. Okay, unlike the nuclear DNA, there is high mutation rate. Fourth, maternal inheritance. This allows tracing of direct genetic line. So maternal line you can trace because it is only inherited. Okay, the children inherit the mitochondrial DNA from their mother. Then it can be possible to extract mitochondrial DNA from sources even when the DNA is degraded. It is very stable. That is what it means. The mitochondrial DNA, unlike nuclear DNA, is very, very stable. So therefore, it can be we can extract mitochondrial DNA from sources even when the nuclear DNA has been degraded. Because of the circular nature, circular configuration of the genome, it is more stable. See, for example, mitochondrial DNA has been even extracted and amplified and sequenced from fossilized remains of Neanderthal, okay, of at least 30,000 years. Just imagine, even that as old as 30,000 years DNA fragment of mitochondria has been preserved. So that is why it is very unique. So it has more stable maternal inheritance, high mutation, high copy number, and lack of recombination. The above property have made it a molecule choice of study for human population history and evolution. Is that understood? Okay. So again, to reiterate, mitochondrial DNA is inherited only from the mother. Every few generations, a random mutation creeps into the familial signature. Okay, so comparison of the two sample will help us to understand the degree of kinship and ancestral origin. All right. Conversely, we also see that Y chromosome has also been very useful because Y chromosome is inherited only from the father. Okay, so random infrequent changes even here provides us a significant information about the kinship and ancestral origin. So thus mitochondrial DNA studies help us in understanding the human past, and if it is supplemented by analysis of Y chromosome, will provide more significant data and information about human past. Now, coming to the significance and application of mitochondrial DNA. So, one is, as I told you, it is very useful in trying to understand study the ancient DNA. It is also useful in examining the socio-cultural influence on human genetic variation. That is, it might have been, the genetic variation could have been influenced by human evolution, like polygyny, the cultural factors like polygyny, the effect of matrilocality versus patrilocality, or social stratification induced by caste system, etc. All these things can be understood or identified using mitochondrial DNA studies. Similarly, it also is useful in forensic DNA application. Using mitochondrial DNA, we can identify victims if maternal relatives are alive for comparison. So this point can also be used in your forensic anthropology as modern technology in forensic anthropology. It is also useful in tracing personal genetic history, that is migration of your ancestors. If you want to understand where your ancestors came from, today mitochondrial DNA is able to do that. There are many organizations, institutions providing such kind of services where individual wants to know their past. They can do so by undertaking mitochondrial studies. So these are the significance, importance of mitochondrial DNA. So in this video, we have discussed what is mitochondrial DNA, what are the unique features of mitochondrial DNA, and how is it useful in anthropology or in paleontological and biological studies. I hope this video was useful in understanding what is mitochondrial DNA. If this question is asked, you may write all these points. Even if it is not asked, if a question is relating to evolution, if a question is relating to forensic science or modern technology in biotechnology and genetics, etc., if a question like that is asked, this particular topic will be very useful to write your answer. Okay, so in the next video, we shall discuss about Australopithecus. So we shall discuss the question, write a short note on Australopithecus, a 15 marker question. I hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching.